Hello everybody, welcome to the WWE Backlash recap edition of the Stack Card. I'm your host Matt, and man, Backlash has always been one of those events that follow right after WrestleMania and has very big shoes to fill. Here's why. WrestleMania is the biggest event for WWE throughout the whole year. So, coming off of such an electrifying event and going into another one, the bar is set high. And it's up to the performers to really fill that role. Here's also why it was a little bit difficult, because we just had the draft. Now, I probably would have saved the draft until after Backlash, because the draft is basically a reset for the WWE. It's a start of a new chapter. So going into Backlash, in my opinion, it felt like there wasn't much emphasis and weight on each match, because on Monday it's not really going to matter much anyway. Everybody's going to go to their respective brands, and the new phase of WWE will begin. However, the talent on this card put on an incredible night, incredible show. It was a solid show, start to finish, and there wasn't much build up. I'll give it that. There wasn't much, but they gave us, really, for the build-up they had, they gave us everything that they could, in my opinion. So we go on to the first match of the night. Speaking of giving it their all, we had Io Sky and Bianca Belair for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. This match delivered on all aspects. I'm going to grade the match right from the get-go a B+. There's very few things that could have made this match better. One of the things is the story. I felt like Bianca Belair has been going back and forth with Damage Control for quite some time, and it felt like it was thrown together. So therefore I give the story a C-. Now this does have potential to show that Io Sky could be just as much as a leader of Damage Control as Bayley is. We don't see Io Sky on the mic much, but she showed that she can hang with the Raw Women's division. She can hang with the very best on the WWE main roster. This was her first opportunity, and she shined. She definitely gave an incredible performance. Bianca Belair selling that left arm injury throughout the match. Even when Bianca Belair had a backbreaker, she hit the move on Io, but the way she dropped her, she sold the arm injury. So that was really great to see. Io looked incredible. Io Sky looked great performance-wise alone, but Bianca's way of selling the moves also made Io look even better. And something else that added to that ingredient was Michael Cole's commentary, selling Io as one of the top women's talent in the company. So I would love to see her get more chances going forward, more opportunity. She's proven that she can put on an incredible match. I think the decision was right to keep Bianca with the title. She's been doing an incredible job holding on to that belt, defending the belt over the past year. This was Io's first shot, so I did not expect her to win this at all, but I'll give it to them. There were a couple times in this match where I was like, well, maybe she could win this, and maybe this would set up a little bit of a feud between her and Bayley, because Io took the spotlight. I don't know, but as far as story goes, probably a C-. The match was definitely a B+. If the story was better going into this match had potential to be an A, in my opinion. Speaking of story, Seth Rollins is always at his best on the microphone. He is one of the best performers in ring and one of the best on the microphone. And he actually made this match somewhat exciting. Again, this is another match that was just kind of thrown together, and I have no idea why, but Omos, always a big attraction. He took on Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. He had to redeem himself after that loss, and what better way to take on one of WWE's best? Unfortunately, he didn't come up with the win, unfortunately for Omos. Thankfully for everyone else, Seth Rollins did pick up the victory, but it made Omos look strong in the meantime. Seth Rollins went to deliver the stomp throughout the match and was unable to do it. Omos would not fall to the canvas. Instead, Rollins had to end up hitting the stomp from the top rope in order to get a victory. So it made Omos look strong in the process. I'm okay with the outcome. The match was probably a C. The story was a D. But, it made both men look like promising stars going forward. So, we already knew Rollins could do it, but this is probably Omos's best outing as an in-ring competitor. This match here, solid match. I would give the match a C+. I would give the story a C. This is just, again, felt thrown together. These are three men who are very talented and have incredible athletic ability. After watching that Elimination Chamber match, I know they're two different match types, but after seeing the U.S. title defended in that chamber and the near falls and the back and forth action, my expectation, my what I'm looking for is up here now. It just seems like that U.S. title match at WrestleMania with John Cena, we were kind of looking forward to it, and then that turned out to not really live up to the hype. This match, they did their job. I would say the match was a C. The build-up was a C-. Let's just see what happens going forward. Austin Theory retained the title. Bobby Lashley, I would love to see the Hurt Business get back together, or even give Shelton Benjamin a run in NXT. I posted that to the Stat Card Instagram page. Bronson Reed, just got up to the main roster recently, so I think he's just starting his story. So that will be exciting to see going forward. I think all three of these men have incredible potential to do great things in the next upcoming months. We had Rhea Ripley taking on Zelina Vega for the SmackDown Women's Championship. This match was pretty good. It was very quick compared to what I thought we would see. But Zelina Vega, again, like Io Sky, has not had much in-ring opportunity. And to see her, go one-on-one with the champ in her hometown, supporting the Puerto Rican flag, the outfit was on point. The crowd was actually one of the best parts of the night was the crowd. I would say, if not the best part of the night, it was one of the best parts. The crowd was electric throughout the whole night, and I think that really helped this match a lot. I give the match a C+. I give the story a C+ as well. It was slightly better than the other stories that we just talked about, but again, it was just more of a hype match for the hometown crowd. Rhea Ripley ended up retaining the title, which I obviously thought was the right move. She just beat Charlotte at WrestleMania, got a redemption story, and Judgment Day is on fire right now. So Zelina Vega, though, has been doing an awesome job with the LWO. I thought they've been actually pretty exciting to watch. I didn't know how to feel in the beginning, saying, okay, maybe this is kind of a ripoff of the original. It's not going to be as good. But I think who better to put them against than the hottest heel stable in the company right now, which is the Judgment Day. So, C+ all around for this one. Going to the next match. Damian Priest, Bad Bunny. This is where things start to get really, really fun, really interesting. This was a street fight, so anything goes. they carried this match throughout the building. Shout out to Damian Priest, because you're working with somebody who is this iconic megastar, however, is not in the ring, 365 days a year. Somebody who trains on occasion, and props to Bad Bunny. He did an amazing job during this match. But also props to Damian Priest again, because to work with somebody who is not that seasoned in the ring, it takes a special person, in my opinion. And Priest protected him throughout the match. Everything looked really good. Even the sliced bread where, Bad Bunny hit his head. It looked like he landed on his head. That was just nobody's fault. That was positioning. But amazing job in this match. Honestly, I give this match an A-. The hype behind Bad Bunny was awesome. It was great to see the crowd electrified. We had Carlito make an appearance, Savio Vega make an appearance. The Judgment Day came out. It was like the perfect clash of both worlds. We were just talking about the Vega and Ripley match. This match played so well off of that, because that was like, okay, here's a little taste of this feud between Judgment Day and LWO, and then here is your main entree, and it delivered. So I give the match an A-. The story, I'm gonna go with a B-. It's just due to, Bad Bunny did everything he could. He showed up to the events as much as he could, but with his schedule, I felt like, I wish the buildup was, I feel like the match was so good that if we had a month extra of buildup, that would have made the story even more intriguing. But they put on an incredible performance. They fought throughout the arena. I was really impressed. And that's the thing. A lot of WWE fans I've seen have critiqued guys like Logan Paul and Bad Bunny, saying, oh, they're not superstars. They should not be in that ring. But, I mean, this is just a perfect example of it works. That, they're not fighting for the world title. Well, depends. But it's like they're not fighting for the world title on a regular basis. They're not taking away the spotlight from the guys who were in the ring throughout the whole year. So I don't see anything wrong with it. It brings a mainstream audience to the WWE screen, and as long as they keep putting on performances like this, I'm okay with it. Honestly, I thought we would see something fun and exciting. I posted on the page that this match was my most looked forward to match of the night. I was expecting something similar to Sami Zayn and when he fought Knoxville from Jackass at WrestleMania about a year ago. I was expecting something similar to that. I was not expecting this. I feel like this was just as fun as that match, but then a whole nother level. Like it took that match into another level. So I'm all for it. I want to see more of that. This match here, I was looking forward to it. Now it's hard because the Bloodline Zayn and Owen storyline has had so much traction for the past year and so much attention, and it's been the biggest draw in my opinion. It's been the most looked forward to thing in WWE week to week. You add Matt Riddle to the equation because the Bloodline took Matt Riddle out with an injury months ago. Matt Riddle recently returned from injury and he wants his redemption. I thought the match was okay for what it was. I'd give it a B. I'd give the story a B as well. I think it's continuous, it's solid. Here was my favorite part of the match. And now Owens and Zayn, if you guys don't know, they're on their way to Raw. They're going to be on Raw. And the Bloodline's going to be on SmackDown going forward. But the best part of this match for me was Solo feuding with the Usos. You could sense the tension was there, and it starts to seem like the Bloodline's falling apart, and maybe Roman Reigns is the one who's behind all of this. Now, I know in previous episodes of the Stack Card, I was always the biggest critic of the part-time champions and, not being on the show every week when Brock Lesnar in particular was holding the belt. But this works with Roman Reigns because there's these phone calls coming in, and then you got a whole group, not just Paul Heyman. You have Paul Heyman, the Usos, Solo, carrying the story of the tribal chief and, taking the phone call saying, oh, well, Usos, you better step up or else. What does that or else mean? So it's almost like someone's watching from behind and, they're watching behind the scenes and critiquing and judging whether certain members are fit to be in this elite group. And I like it. I like that Solo's getting fed up with the Usos, and they came up with the victory. I'll give them that. They did end up pinning Matt Riddle. Solo ended up pinning Matt Riddle. I think that ending was the perfect way to go out because I don't want to see the Bloodline erupt just yet. I want to see this get dragged out a little bit more. I want to see Jay finally get his shot. I think we'll eventually see the Usos taking on Solo and Reigns later on in the year, but I think it's going to be like 6 to 8 months down the road. Then we go to the main event of the night, Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. I give the match a B-. I give the story a C. After the night after WrestleMania, Cody chose Brock Lesnar as his partner. And Brock Lesnar betrayed him before the main event match even started. They were supposed to have a tag match against Roman, and I believe it was Solo. And Brock Lesnar attacked Cody, betrayed him. And you could say that Brock did this because as long as Reigns keeps the title, Brock will never get another shot. So Brock took his anger out on Cody. So that worked, right? But just leading up into this, and the whole finishing the story thing, Cody is I can't even think of the word. He's a whole nother level with his promo skills. But he's coming out every week telling us he wants to finish the story. Now he's on Raw, and that's where the new World Heavyweight Championship will be. I think the only way he really finishes the story is if he beats Roman Reigns. I don't know if he can finish his story winning a title tournament. I just think that's very bland for someone who, has such incredible talents behind him. I feel like we need more of a build-up. So I hope he doesn't win this title tournament coming up. But this match here, I don't give it much for story just because there wasn't much to look forward to. I would have much rather see, a number one contender match, and the winner of this gets to face Roman Reigns. Maybe Brock can somehow re-enter the title picture, even though he's not supposed to get another shot. This will be like Brock's chance. And then obviously Cody's going to win in the end. That's what we all envisioned. And that's what I would want because Cody needs to keep this momentum up. But I would have much rather see Brock can finally get his shot at the title or Cody can finally fulfill his story. We got one or the other. But there was no really stipulation behind this. It was just two really great talents going head-to-head. The match started with Cody Rhodes taking the steel steps to Brock Lesnar before the match even started. Cody Rhodes was bashing Brock Lesnar over the head with the steel steps. They took the action to inside the ring. They exposed turnbuckle, ended up busting up Brock Lesnar. He was busted open, bleeding throughout the whole match. And I was a little confused at first because I saw the ref without gloves for a couple minutes, and I was like, I wonder if some kind of regulations have changed as far as like gloves, or maybe someone needed to come out and pass him the gloves on the side. But yeah, the match was solid. The finish protected both men. It was the Kimura lock into a pin. So it protected both of them. Neither one of them looked weak. But at the same time, I think, you come off of that Bad Bunny match, the Damian Priest match, the Io Sky and Bianca Belair match, and then the Usos with their tension in the bloodline with Solo. And then you have this. I give it a B just because it didn't have much to offer compared to the other matches. I like the intensity, though, and I think we definitely should see these two face off down the road. No pun intended. Get it? Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes ended up winning, so we'll see what happens going forward. But that's all for today's show, guys. I'm going to say my top two performers of the night was Io Sky and Bad Bunny. They took their opportunity to the next level, and they stood out the most. So awesome job to both of you guys. We'll be back for the next premium event. It's going to be Night of Champions, taking place from Saudi Arabia, and I'll be here to cover it all. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm your host, Matt, as always. Bye-bye.